Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. I've just been sat here catching up on some admin for my channel and catching up on some personal things which I've been meaning to do for a little while now, and just go through some ideas for my channel. And one of the biggest things for me is a positive mindset and mind frame. And I thought to myself, well, why wait before we bring this to the channel now? So I get asked a lot on my channel about, and actually in general life whilst I'm at work and among my family, how do I always keep a positive mind frame? And you know what, I swear in life that people think that I'm just plastering over everything with putting a smile on and just making out in, I suppose, a pretentious way almost, that everything's all sunny and roses and blue skies and everything's going to be okay. It's not that, and it couldn't be further from that at all, to be quite honest with you. For me, it is a sense that there is no other option than to approach life with the perception that we must keep going with a positive view. I think the easiest thing in the world is to point out a negative in a situation, and it's much more of a challenge, which gives us much more of a well-being boost to find the positive. There is a positive in majority of situations. Now, my friends, I am not talking about people with horrific terminal experiences and terminal illnesses and devastating accidents and things like that, because we live in a fallen world. We live in, sadly, a broken society. When there are horrific crimes going on, there is displacement by war across the world, there are awful things. I truly mean that when a devastating issue has happened, that when people are left on the brink of wondering how on earth they are going to take one step in front of another in this life, that why would somebody be negative? If you're supporting that situation, or if you're an outside perspective on that situation, or if you're the individual, it's hard at first, but it is so important to keep a positive view. And I think an element of that is hope. And I think an element of that is through life experience, where it teaches you that whatever you go through, regardless if you're ready for it or not, it's going to happen. And you have to face it. And you can hope that there will be a positive outcome. But if, heaven forbid, you are given a situation which leaves you in a disastrous state or leaves you with awful repercussions, or that you are going to have to deal with something awful or negative or heartbreaking, even so, that you have to be the light in that darkness. And for me, I see my life in no other way. I've been faced with difficult situations throughout my life as I've got to the age as I sit before you at 32, through different health problems, through hearing loss, through surgeries which haven't gone quite right, to losing a very dear aunt to me, a very dear uncle, losing my nan, who was my absolute world, my mum's mum. Those experiences throughout my life, particularly losing my nan, at the same time of going through a big surgery as well, but more importantly, nan, rather than me any day over anything, just wow. Do you know what? I never thought I would ever get back up from that situation. But it's almost like that she prepped me throughout her life that actually I wasn't going to be okay, but there was going to be a formed new version of me which would one day step, holding this with me always, and her forever in my heart guiding me. And you know what? I think the strength we get from family bonds. We think our loved ones are going to live forever, but the reality of it is that none of us live forever. And that actually, whilst I'm on this earth, I will do the best I can with what I have, with spreading goodness and kindness and love. And I don't necessarily mean the love in a romantic way. Yes, I want to fall in love and have a beautiful wife and children, have a wonderful home, and that beautiful fairy tale. Of course I want that. That's my dream. I want that. But I mean passing people in the street, spreading kindness, spreading love, looking after one another, being a good citizen, being a good person, spreading, do you know what, experiences in this world which really boost humanity and make people feel good. Oh, got somebody coming back to me. But, and that's a brother there. Do you know what I mean? It tells you, we're talking about spreading kindness and good. I've got three brothers and I'm always trying to help them, support them, be there. And do you know what? I just couldn't be any other way. And like I say, it's not a facade. It's not papering something over to make out that everything's positive in bright blue sunny skies throughout life, because it's not. We all know that there are There is darkness in this world. We live in a fallen world. We absolutely do live in a fallen world. Look at what's going on in this world at the moment. And it's so easy to get up sometimes and think, do you know what, I just can't do this. But if you do that, what's going to happen? You're not going to move forward. The people around you are not necessarily going to move forward. They're going to be stuck with you in this void. And I just think through negativity, nothing good comes from negativity. Nothing stressing comes, do you know what I mean, as a positive. Okay, it's good to have a level of anxiety and stress at a point, for example, for a job interview or career choices, for exams, that type of thing, because it spurs you on, doesn't it? It ensures that you do your best. However, take it in throughout life, stressing about things, worrying about things. Do you know what? Devil's advocate, I do this all the time. I'm terrible for worrying about things out of my control. But if we keep doing that, what does it do? It just burns us out. It affects our health. So I do take a positive view in life because I do truly believe that if you put good into this world, it will find its way back to you. And another thing, my faith is a huge strength to me. It gets me through absolutely everything, as well as my amazing mum, my amazing dad, and my dear nanny. Though she is with the good Lord up above, she's with me always, guiding me and spurs me on, and I feel her teaching me always, and her presence. And it's just, I couldn't be any other way. And it's not a fake facade on my channel. I'm like this in real life. My family sometimes gets frustrated because I am soft-hearted, because I look at the world in a positive view. There is goodness in all of us. You've just got to find it. I think if I was, I don't know, the worst situation ever in my life, I think I would still, and in fact, I know I would still try to talk to an individual to be able to help them and find what they were doing or what was happening, why it was going on, if there was something I could help them with. There, I've said it. I think that's the person who I am. I would never be someone to be aggressive. I would never ever be anybody to be malicious or make assumptions or anything like that at all. I do truly believe, and this is what I truly believe in my heart. We're going to jump back into faith here, which is a huge strength for me, that when Jesus teaches us to love thy neighbour, that didn't come with a caveat, that except. Do you know what I mean? Except this or except that. You had to fit in this shape for that to be appropriate to you. Do you know what I mean? So I do base my life around my faith, but I also base my life that actually, why would you not want to be good? Why would you not want to spread goodness in this life? Why would you not want to be positive? Why would you not want to help others? And I know there will be instances always, of course there is, where people will have exception in a view, and that's okay. You can have a respectful view, you can respectfully not agree. But when someone starts being unkind or malicious or rude, then I feel sorry for you. I truly do. But on that note, that's why I'm so positive, my friends, because there isn't any other way for me. You have to be. You have to see the light in every situation, because storms pass, my friend, and none of us, not one, is blessed for a tomorrow, or promised for a tomorrow, rather. So why would you take it for granted? None of us is promised a tomorrow. And if we're blessed with another, let's grab it with both hands, run with it, make the difference with it, spread all of the great things in this world, make a difference. And I think that's what I'd like. If anything was to ever happen to me, that I'd like people to think that actually, do you know what? He was a great person to be around. He made a difference, and he always tried his best to spread positivity and always be there for others. I don't have to know somebody, do you know what I mean, to want the best for somebody. I can pass somebody in the street and I can hope that they're okay, and I can want the best for someone. I think when we see our young people in society, and I say this, that children growing up, you want the best for them, you want the best decisions to be made for them. And I think that's why I have such an interest in politics, for example, as well. And I know that's a bit of a varied subject among people at the moment, but it really annoys me when our healthcare systems don't get the correct funding, don't get the right sort of limelight in the media. For example, in sort of social care for our elderly people, the people who were our very foundation of the society we built and our communities which were built, those people now who are in residential homes, in care facilities, one thing and another, who have awful illnesses, who deal with cognitive issues, who deal with dementias, cancers, but yet the people who we entrust to look after those incredible individuals, which is where it all started, are the people who are paid the less in society and actually are not necessarily properly screened to be safe individuals, to be respectful individuals. We hear of awful things going on in care homes, in care facilities, and it's just why? It really does make you think, why? So then I'd love someone to turn around and say to me, why would you not want to be positive? Why do you want to be positive? Why do you want to be so caring? Why do you want to be so loving for? Because I want to make a difference. Because I want to shout from the rooftops of why on earth wouldn't you want to choose to be that way in life? Anyway, on that note, my friend, God bless, take great care, and thank you for sharing that with me. And that, my friend, is why I choose to be positive in the way I am in life. God bless, and I look forward to your company real soon. Bye now.